Sega. Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to Breaking It All Down Let's Play stream. This time I'm streaming. Well, let's watch the opening, and we'll get to meet our cast this time. I don't think horses are supposed to eat toast. Right. So this is, at present, the most recent Sakura Wars game. There is a new title, Shin Sakura Wars, or Shin Sakura Taisen, coming out in a later next year, internationally. Everything's set up pretty much good here. Let's leave it as it. Check speed to fast. And this is the first one to be released officially in the United States. The only one to be released officially in the United States. Which makes sense, because it's set in New York. This game was released on the PlayStation 2, which is the version I'm playing, with both the English dub, and the original Japanese audio. I am going with the English dub because this is set in New York. I've noticed when it comes to animation and that sort of thing, it works better for me when the cast is in the, our English speakers anyway. Fix a bit of that there. Sorry about that. Sorry for the distraction about that. And let's begin. There is no, because this is English dub, there is no subtitles in the animated cutscenes. So I apologize for that in advance. There's not an option to turn that on. So if you are unfamiliar with the concept of Sakura Wars, it is basically... Wait a moment.
Mother, here I am, in the imperial capital of Tokyo. And tomorrow, my new life in the city will finally begin.
Hello, Johnny Young Bosch.
Are you Miss...
Nice to meet you, Taiga-san.
No, the pleasure is all mine. My name is Lieutenant Shinjiro Taiga.
So Sakura Senkuji, if you've seen the Sakura Wars anime, is the protagonist of that series. If you're familiar with the franchise in general, the premise is, we'll get into a little bit of this in a bit, that we are basically in sort of semi-Taisho era Japan, except instead of the First World War being a First World War among people, it was demons. And this led to groups like the, quote, Imperial Assault Force, being created to fight demons with giant robots and steampunk / dieselpunk giant robots and psychic powers. And they have but they're not publicly part of the military thing. That they're a separate organization, and they have a cover which we'll get to in a moment.
to our secret base beneath the Grand Imperial Theater. Surprised? Well, we have two very good reasons for that. First, it's the perfect cover for our clandestine operations. And second, we quell the evil within the hearts of all citizens through the magic of song and dance.
So the theater company that they're having their cover here is basically like the Takarazuka Review, except they're also getting in giant robots and fighting demons with magic and psychic powers.
We, the Flower Division, combat injustice and defend the peace of this great city. But we also use the power of the theater to maintain general order. These are our duties.
Interesting. So I don't have actual dub audio from my character's dialogue during these sequences. That sounds amazing. No, I can up the voice myself. That sounds amazing, and I'm a member now too, right?
Good luck, Lieutenant Taiga. Commander Ogami expects much from you.
Commander Ogami is the protagonist of like the first 3-4-ish games.
If I'm not mistaken, you're his nephew, are you not?
I am. He's my mother's younger brother. He looked after me when I was a child.
I see. Ah, here we are. The Grand Imperial Theater.
This would presumably be familiar if you played the Dreamcast or PlayStation game. This is...
Please, come in. The commander has been waiting for you. Commander Ogami, may I present Lieutenant Shinjiro Taiga.
Thank you, Miss Shinguchi. Welcome, Lieutenant.
Again, this is the protagonist of the first 3 games. 3-4 games. Also, Sakura's romantic... Depending on which route you pick Sakura's romantic interest, I think they're making it that their anime take the canon route of that he and Sakura become romantically involved. I haven't seen my uncle in years, and never like this. He makes me nervous.
Where are your manners, Lieutenant Taiga? Greet your commander.
Oh, of course. I have been assigned as a full member of the Imperial Assault Force as of noon today. And you have these timed dialogue sequences as well, which determine how people respond.
Good boy. Now straighten that back and give it everything you've got, okay?
I figured the appropriate thing to do here, based on the response shot from earlier, is to be professional and not too familiar. Yes, sir.
Oh, and one other thing, Lieutenant. There's something you should know.
We're transferring you to America.
You haven't actually been assigned to the Imperial Assault Force.
Oh, you don't say. Wait, what?
Lieutenant Taiga, as of now, you are assigned to the Star Division of the New York Combat Review.
New York? No, hold on. My English isn't that good.
It's our newest branch, right behind the Paris Assault Force.
Paris Assault Force was game 3, I think?
I think you'll be of great assistance to them. I recommended you personally. They're all a little green over there, so I want you to take a leadership role with them.
It's by the fact that you also being a more than a little green. Oh, look, no, this is the theme. This is the main Sakura Wars theme song. Okay. Right. But...
You're what, 19 years old now? You shouldn't be afraid of a little international travel.
It's not the travel I'm afraid of, it's the language barrier.
Don't worry. I was nervous when I first went to Paris, and look at me now. I'm a
Alright, yeah,
commander.
he's the protagonist of the Paris game.
I'll get in touch with a few friends in New York. They can help you if you have any trouble.
We actually were introduced to one of the cast members for the Paris game from the New York game in Sakura Wars the movie. I see. Thank you, sir.
The peace of New York rests on your shoulders. Good luck, Shinjo.
Piece of New York. Boy, you're not trying to fit in all, are you? I understand not wearing the
Find
military
yourself in a
uniform.
tight spot. Use this. Until that time comes, just make sure you keep it safe.
Okay.
One more thing.
Huh?
No matter what enemies you come across, just believe in yourself. Your time has come, Lieutenant Shinjiro Taiga. Fight hard. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, Uncle. I'll do my best.
That's the Statue of Liberty. It's huge. Let me see.
So apparently, Taiga took the route through. So. I'm going to pause this, unfortunately.
Amazing.
Actual airships.
This is America. This is New York City. This is the place that I've sworn to protect with my very life. All right! Where there's a will, there's a way. The New York Combat Review is waiting for me. I'll make everyone proud. I'm gonna show them all my samurai spirit!
Chapter 1. A samurai makes his first stand. Okay. Wow, everything's so big. Buildings, the cars, even the people. There's a couple of the ads. Like the planter, like the Planter's Nuts ad in the upper left, which is it's basically the actual legit ad, but not quite. Also, it's interesting that our protagonist goes in by boat when probably the regular fast direct route would be point of entry at either Seattle or San Francisco, and then cross-country train to New York. But we gotta have that. We have to have that entering the country via the Statue of Liberty shot. So we gotta have that there, I guess. So yeah. Not just that. Look at them. That looks so different. Their skin, their eyes, and hair is truly a melting pot. It's important to remember. While Taisho era Japan is certainly very different in certain respects from not just like Shogunate Japan and Meiji Restoration Japan in terms of technology and that sort of thing, is still relatively homogenous. You had foreign visitors, but you weren't necessarily had this, like, you don't have the literal diversity here. In fact, if you remember from the opening credits, like, we have an effort, like, of the cast, one of the, like, two of the characters, like, not including the other Japanese character who would be effectively not a person of color for the domestic audience for this game. In context of New York, they're a person of color, they're not the minority. But they are, for the sake of a Japanese audience, because the lead character in question is not Japanese American, they are actual ethnic they're actually Japanese immigrant. A Japanese immigrant. The audience of who this game was originally made for, they would be a sympathetic audience perspective character with a similar point of view to the audience to a certain degree. So, having two people of color, an African American and a Hispanic person, definitely changed things up. Although they have or the other person of color is Mexican as opposed to Puerto Rican, which I bring that up because at this point, New York already had also a burgeoning Puerto Rican population. But it looks like whoever's supposed to pick me up is running late. We have a quick response action coming up here in just a second, I think. Yeah, thief! Thief in the middle of the day? Also, double-decker bus? This isn't London. Well, they may have had some double-decker buses in New York. I don't know. During this time. I can't just stand by and watch. I have to go after him. You don't have law enforcement powers.
Right there, villains!
Giant bags of money with dollar signs on them. Oh, it's great.
A samurai sword? Hold on! You there!
Don't worry, they're still alive.
What?
Excuse me? Not sure. I guess you're sympathetic. I like your mask. Where'd you get it?
I made it myself.
Made it myself, sure. What, you mean like by hand?
So long, amigo.
I kind of wonder how they played in Japanese.
What was all that? Who the heck was that masked woman?
Who was that masked
What's
woman?
she doing with that crazy horse?
Who was that masked woman? Really? Who was that? I feel like that needs a hi-ho silver away. If you're going to have somebody drop the "Who was that masked woman" line. It's clearly a Lone Ranger reference. This might just leave it here? Yes, just leave it there. Set it down and walk away. Damn, we're too late. How come she always gets away so fast?
How come she always gets away so fast?
Never mind.
Hey, boy, where'd you get that?
Yep, I'm arrested.
You're under arrest for bank robbery and blind stupidity. Don't you know where you are?
I appreciate that I'm getting that it is not entirely wrong for basically the NYPD to go look at the first person of color who's in a bad situation, who's the wrong place at the wrong time, and immediately arrest them. I do like the blind stupidity line here, like the smart thing to your circumstances is would have been to when they kick the bag of stolen money to you is just drop it right away and back the hell off. What? I didn't steal anything. A masked one of the horse gave it to me. Now who's stupid? Still you for not setting down the clearly stolen money immediately.
Yeah. Tell it to the judge, kid. Now get in the car.
This is an outrage!
Man, New York sure is terrific. Well, except for the rent.
Did the score just sad trombone me?
Nice to meet you, Shinjiro. I'm the mysterious merchant, Kayama Yuichi.
Did something just happen here? Something just skip?
Yes, well...
Oh,
hello,
no, apparently not.
detective. Have you met my good buddy here?
Damn it, Kyle. Not you again. This guy's a criminal. You can't protect him.
This guy just came right out of nowhere. Thanks for helping me. Hayama, was it?
Think nothing of it. It was my duty to find you and guide you safely to our headquarters.
Aha, so you're the guy who was supposed to pick me up. Really? So you're one of the guys my uncle mentioned.
Such a bright lad! Now please, step into my automobile and we can be on our way.
I don't, so like, this building almost...
This is the Little Lip Theater, our little home away from home. Consider this your new office.
The building design almost works, except for the giant set of fake lips above the building. That's a little much. Does that mean you guys quell evil through the magic of song and dance, just like in Japan?
I'll give you partial credit. That's only one piece of the cherry pie, so to speak.
But Warrant hasn't formed and recorded singles for years yet. They won't be cutting an album for decades now.
But
Anachronism.
yeah, people from all kinds of backgrounds come here to have fun. It's the perfect New York.
I thought the perfect New York would have been Madison Square Garden, but what do I know?
Hey, Kayama.
He keeps skipping lines, I'm sorry.
Thanks for bringing back the new guy. Traffic must have been a pain, huh?
This is the character who first appeared in this division, who was introduced in Sakura Wars the movie.
So, who's the kid?
This is Lieutenant Shinjiro Taiga, who comes highly recommended by our Commander Ogami himself.
I think we have another dialogue choice coming up.
Oh, seriously? But I thought they were sending...
Kayama? Who is this?
Oh, sorry. I'm Ratchet Altair, captain of the New York Combat Review, Star Division.
Really?
What? You're surprised? Is it because I'm a woman or something?
Well, no. Well, that one, the top one is probably, I think, the New Game Plus option. Or comes up new, will affect things in New Game Plus, depending on your route.
Excited, are we? Well, we're all gonna be hard on you. I hope you're up to it.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Glad to have such an energetic member aboard.
All right, I really need to get going. Take good care of the kid. Eh, Captain?
Of course. Thanks again, Kayama.
If you're ever in trouble, come on down to Ramondo, my shop. I'm there every day.
I appreciate it, Kayama. I suspect you to be one of the vendors I can get stuff from to upgrade my equipment.
See you later! Don't get in any trouble now, Shinjiro!
No, that's probably just his
Well,
theme
shall
music,
we?
I guess.
The manager's office is on the top floor, and we have some things to discuss.
Of course, Captain.
Remember, we're in a public place, lots of civilians. Don't call me Captain here.
Alright, Miss Altair. I'm sorry. This would be absurdly expensive in New York. Oh, we're on top of a skyscraper. Never mind. Still absurdly expensive. How clever. I didn't know you could grow a garden in a skyscraper. I mean, this is actually slightly ahead of its time. Lots more buildings these days are doing rooftop gardens and that sort of thing to, among other things, handle rainwater runoff. And reduce carbon footprints, among other things.
Yeah, the commander is unique. That over there is his office. Excuse me, sir. The recruit from the Imperial Assault Force has just arrived.
Pleased to meet you, Commander. My name is Shinjiro Taiga. I look forward to serving you. Imagine him bowing under this line.
Ah, konbanwa, konnichiwa, and ohayo.
This is Mr. Sunnyside, your commander and owner of the Little Lip Theater.
Welcome to the team, Shinjiro. May I call you Shin? As Ratchet said, I am Commander Sunnyside.
You also have a bowl cut that's kind of parted in the middle, which is kind of dorky.
But everyone affectionately refers to me simply as Sunny.
Actually, we don't.
You're like the... I feel like this is like the equivalent of the chief from the various cop procedural shows who like proceeds to give everyone in the team a nickname that nobody actually uses, like with Special 7 and Double Decker Doug and Kirill and that sort of thing.
Serious as always, but of course that is one of your many charms.
This guy is pretty weird.
Anyway, I'm sure you'll do your best to help out the team.
Of course, sir. I chance to prove my dedication. Alright, so this is going to be another one of our dialogue systems here. So so basically the way that works is you rather than picking a dialogue line, is you go, okay, how all in emotionally do I want to give on this line? And where you are on that meter basically kind of determines determines the intensity of it in the dialogue here. Like, so I did kind of above 75%, so I will devote my soul to you. I will lay down my life to protect the squad. As opposed to if I like toned it down a bunch. If I Orange Cassidy'd it, then it would be a different emotion. I would get different dialogue there. That music down a little bit. That's kind of loud here.
Very impressive. Your determination is palpable. Wouldn't you agree, Ratchet?
Yep, a real modern-day samurai right here.
Also, for a certain degree, I'm kind of want to roleplay it. I mean, I'm kind of referencing a guide to know what options will get me more points in certain characters. I also want to, from this character's shoes, he's just had to travel across the Pacific by boat, which is not a short trip. If you've watched Around the World in 80 Days with not Eric Idle, Michael Palin, it's that's a long boat ride anyway. Plus, he didn't get the nice change of scenery of, oh, I'm disembarking in San Francisco or Seattle or whatever, and then taking the train across to New York. No, no, no. We're going through the canal and up. So if you don't get hit off, if you end up getting sent back, you have to take that trip again. And you're going to get a talking to once you get home to Japan. And you get to spend weeks thinking about what you've done. So you want to make a good impression.
Ah, yes. An adherent of the Bushido Code, correct? But try to relax a bit, okay?
After all, we've finally appealed Prohibition. So, hey, that whiskey on the counter over there is legal now.
I don't like to be too formal around here. Free and easy, loosey-goosey, yes, yes? To laugh is to live. That's my motto.
Okay. That's pretty much my reaction, so I need to quote the line.
Very good. Now just go to the address listed on this piece of paper.
That will be your living quarters.
We've arranged an apartment for you in the village. You can take your things there right
Oh,
away.
Greenwich Village. Okay. For pre-gentrification, of course. Thank you very much. I should get going then.
By the way, Shinster, are you...
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bingo! Now I don't want you to think that harakiri is a viable option here, understand? That's the quick way out. Here in America, you are expected to live with your mistakes. That's all. Sayonara!
And now I get to save my game. Okay. Saving. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe. And also consider backing my Patreon. Patreon backers get episodes up to 1 week early of this show and any future Let's Plays. Also, please consider backing my Ko-fi. Toss me a few bucks also helps support the show, and it's not a monthly obligation or anything like that.